tell me why this is such like a guilty pleasure TV show, like the ultimate like female women empowerment. Tell me about all of that.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot about this character that I could relate to specifically. I mean, first of all, when I first read the script, not only was it just hands down incredible, but everybody says this when you've got writing like this juicy. But Billie to me was like dynamite in a box. And I just felt like she had an appetite that was larger than Texas. And I felt like I really had to be her, more than that, though, was I'm also a mother. I've got 3 kids. And I think motherhood is something that's complex. It's messy. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no right way of doing it. And you can be a really great mom, but then also sort of wonder about the choices you've made and not exactly know who you are. And that was also something I could relate to. And then, on top of that, the female sexuality elements of this show, it's like a lot of times female sexuality is depicted through the male POV. But now we have a situation in which you've got a female showrunner, the majority female writers, all female directors, and it's centered on this one woman. So to be able to flip the script was so nice. A lot of times the shot would linger a little bit longer on those male parts than it would on my parts, and it was just nice. And then, it's like to show that women have wants and desires, that women can be stimulated in more than just the missionary position. So these were all things that when I read, I was just like, oh my goodness, come hell or high water, how do I get to be a part of this show? Because I'll do anything.
Well, let's talk about those scenes. I mean, wow, like that's all I have to say. I mean, it's amazing. How did you prepare for all the nudity? Like, did you have any hesitations going into it? And then what do you think, if you had to pick, what was the wildest scene you shot?
How did I prepare? My God, Mackenzie, I prayed. I became a God-fearing woman on this show. It was tough, it was hard being not only did I have to be so emotionally raw, Billie's nerves were just kind of frayed, from the moment we met her until the moment the show ended. She was going through so much all the time on the verge of these breakdowns. So not only emotionally was it just super hard and vulnerable, but then physically I was naked every other day. So that was interesting and it was challenging. And I just wanted to, again, just portray sort of the highest sense of truth of this character. And then you had a second part to that question, I thought.
What was the wildest scene you shot? Is there one that sticks out to you?
Oh, the wildest. Well, God, there was quite a bit. One of the ones that felt very magical. I had a scene and it was followed by a sex scene with Adam Demos in a pool where we were on the rooftop in Toronto and it's supposed to be New York and it's in the dead of winter and it's like 30 degrees outside and we both, take our clothes off. Meanwhile, I'm just shaking and trying to make sure nobody can tell. And then we get into the pool and we have a scene inside the pool and it was like 90 degrees in that pool. And so that was a very memorable, like it felt so cinematic to be able to do something like that. Because never in my real life would I ever go skinny dipping in a pool on a rooftop when it's 30 degrees outside. Like never would that happen. And then another incredibly memorable moment was a scene that I did with Cooper where we both decide to go to a sex party together. And we're walking around this house and the things that I saw the extras doing, I was like, are we allowed to film this? Like, what is happening right now? Like, how am I supposed to be watching? So that was fun and memorable in its own way.
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. You're walking around, you're like, wow, this is a lot.
Wild to say the least.
I'm sure. And you mentioned Adam a second ago. Talk to us about working with him. Was it instant chemistry with you two? You posted that he was your soulmate. We love to see it. I mean, so much chemistry both on and off screen, but when did you know he was the one? And was the chemistry just very natural for you two on screen?
Well, the first day I met Adam was in the makeup trailer and he thought I was the PA because it was like the end of February and I was wearing this like ratted Christmas sweater I think it might have had flashing lights on it, and pajama bottoms that were so saggy, it looked like I had like an adult diaper on or something underneath it. Like it was just horrible. So he was shocked when I was like, "Hey, I'm Billie." It's like, what? And it's like, to leave some sense of privacy for he and I'll just say, it was really good casting, and he's, one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life.
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, yes, it was great casting, great chemistry. We're very happy for the both of you.
Thank you.
And I feel like you're having such a huge year between this show, which I think is just going to absolutely take off when everyone else gets to see it. And then you're also working in Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson, right? So talk to us about your role on that and what we can expect.
Yeah, well, there's not much I can say about Black Adam other than, I play this character named Adriana, and filming this gigantic superhero movie and being a part of the DC world is incredible. It's very different from shooting a Netflix show. We move at a much different pace, but creatively, the amount of stuff, John Sarah is our director, and I absolutely adore him. The way his brain works, I can't even begin to comprehend what it's like filming a movie of this size and what he does. So, all I can say is I'm super grateful, and I'm happy that it's something that my kids can actually watch.
I was definitely not one of those. Well, congrats to you. I feel like everyone's just going to love this when it comes out. You're having such a year. So we're very happy for you. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you.